Which white man would I vote for?
Yeah.
I'll vote for you.
There was a lot of divisiveness when Trump was in presidency. That's just my personal opinion, of course. So
I wouldn't mind paying more taxes.
For real?
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't mind at
I'm
all.
not saying he's like an incredible candidate, but better than Trump, and I guess you can quote me on that.
I got my parents' money. Like I don't worry about this stuff.
At this point in our society, people shouldn't have to work. Let's be honest.
What is up, guys? It's Stephen Mullins here. We are at the University of Texas here in Austin. Today we were asking a hypothetical question. If Biden and Trump were to run again in 2024, who do you think would win and why? Trump and Biden in 2024, hypothetical race of 2024, Trump and Biden. If they're both running, who do you think would win?
I think that's like a 50-50. Like, you know, it'll just be like whoever like hates Trump versus like the diehard Trumpies, and probably most people are gonna like just opt out.
Trump.
Say Trump definitely has a better chance than he did in the 2020 election. I don't exactly know why. I can't give you a super in-depth analysis, but that's just my guess. But it's not my preference.
Can I say neither? They're just, yeah.
What if they were the only candidates who got nominated on both sides?
I mean, I don't have a preference for any because I know like how bad Trump is, but how like just not good Biden is. So
Personally, Biden. I think.
I'm gonna say Trump probably take that one.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would win, but if we're gonna do the whole thing where we're like picking between like the lesser evil, I would hope Biden wins. I'm not saying he's like an incredible candidate, but better than Trump, and I guess you can quote me on that.
That's kind of a toss-up just because one thing about Republicans is they know how to win. Democrats kind of let that happen. So it's kind of a toss-up.
I don't know if Trump would make it to the Republican candidacy.
Thinking the lesser of the two evils, I'd probably hope for Biden, but I know with like gas prices as well as women's rights up for question and a lot of things that people don't agree with in like Biden's presidency, so I can definitely see.
We got inflation too.
Yeah, inflation.
Not that
40-year high.
I don't know. I just don't think Biden's message is really working out well. I mean, his ratings are so low. He's not really bringing the U.S. together in ways people thought he would. So I just don't think his message will be as strong.
I just don't know if the Republican Party could reliably put someone in office who already lost an election. I think they would go with a safer bet of just anybody else. But personally, I think Biden would win that hypothetical.
Then again, like if there's like another like Republican challenger, if there's like Ron DeSantis, I was like, if there's Ron DeSantis, he could be on the up and up. At least for the Republicans. I'm not a Republican. I'm just saying.
He's a Republican guy? Nah. Trump versus Biden. Who do you think would win?
I'm not really into politics.
It's confusing because of the popularity and stuff.
Okay, let's make it more fun. Let's say they're racing, but in a physical distance race. Who would win in that?
I want to say Biden.
Yeah,
You think Biden would win?
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say Biden too. I don't know them.
That man did fall going up the stairs one time, so I don't know. Anything that you would say you like about Biden, what he's done so far?
No. I didn't like either candidate personally because he didn't really follow through on a lot of promises of the campaign, just like any other candidate. I will say I feel like foreign policy maybe, hopefully, a little bit better.
So you said you hate Trump. What would you say that you hate about him, I guess?
I don't know. I'm from Mexico, so
What part?
Monterrey.
That's where my mom's from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I've always like known that Trump's very xenophobic, and he just doesn't like immigrants, especially Mexicans. So, like at least that how he viewed like us. I hate him for that.
Is there anything that you like on what that Biden has done, or did you like that Trump did when he was president?
I mean, Biden not being Trump, that's a plus. I mean, like I didn't like Trump's like tax cuts and tariffs and stuff like that, and Biden's done less of that.
Wait, you want to pay more taxes?
I wouldn't mind paying more taxes.
For real?
No, yeah, I wouldn't mind at all.
Okay. But wait, why not the tariffs then? Because we're making money coming in.
Because it's like a net negative effect on the economy from like having like a lot of like tariffs against like your biggest, at least against such a large trading partner.
Like China?
Yeah.
Well, we made $500 billion that year on China when he first put that in.
I'd have to look a lot more into that, but I think like the overall effect from like a trade war is never like a good one.
Anything that you like about Biden?
I guess something that was like a lot worse, I think, during Trump's presidency was we kind of destroyed a lot, destroyed a lot of ties in terms of foreign alliances, made a lot of people unhappy. I do think he's taking a better diplomatic approach. I don't know how great it is. I haven't sat down and looked at it right now. At least we're not like tweeting the first thing that comes to our minds is my take on it.
I've heard people say those mean tweets.
Yeah, they are not always politically correct, which I think we should worry about sometimes. And I know some people say, like, I don't care about your feelings, but if you feel that way, then you have feelings. So you should worry about that.
Thing that you would say that you like about him that he's done so far?
I'd say that, like, part of his image is that he tries to keep an even keel. It's part of his political strategy. So it's nice to have a little bit of, like, normalcy and sameness within a person that's like a leader.
I think if like Trump wasn't like as politically as he is right now because of the impeachment and everything, I think he would win.
Even if one doesn't agree necessarily with what he's doing, you kind of know what to expect. Like, you kind of know what he's gonna say. You kind of know, like, even if you don't really think he's all there, he's at the sharpest, at least he's gonna stay.
His words sometimes.
Yeah, but it's a little bit of consistency, and I think that that's what, like, Trump kind of came in as like this tumultuous figure that like threw stuff. I'm not even speaking about his policy per se. I'm talking about the individual, the personality. It just threw people off because there wasn't any consideration to how people need some even keel leadership.
Would you say you would rather have Biden there, or what is that?
So my thing is my ideologies swing more towards the left, but I do like how Trump runs the economy. Again, I'm not super well knowledgeable about them.
You tell me you like low gas prices?
I do. My belief is that all of it wasn't Biden's fault. I read about some things that might have been implemented before he came into office that had to deal with the gas prices. And there's also Russia and Ukraine going on right now, and Russia is a big supplier of our oil.
I think 3-4%.
Yeah, so that could be a big part of it as well. Again, I can't make a big statement on that, so I'm not completely sure.
Who would you vote for in 2024 then, if it was between like Trump and Biden?
Oh, I would vote Biden.
Biden?
Yeah.
So you like Biden over Trump then?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't exactly word it that way. There's no love for either of them.
I would vote for Biden. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think the U.S. could really handle another Trump presidency. I think the way he shook up the status quo is just like, I think people really realized at that moment how fragile, like, everything is. You don't realize how fragile the status quo is until you really have somebody shake the tree like Trump did. And I just don't think the U.S. just hasn't had somebody like that who's just like, well, I don't care about your rules. Like, I'm not going to give up power. That, like, people are like, oh shit, like, he can do that. And like, I just don't even know if the U.S. could really handle another 4 years of that.
Which white man would I vote for?
Yeah.
I'll vote for you.
For who?
For you.
For me?
Yeah, what's your
I
name?
have a criminal record, bro. I can't be good.
And that's exactly why you need to be up there. Yeah, you got to speak from experience.
I got to start low, though, like state, some state stuff.
That's what they want you to think. Nah, you have experience. You got to reference that, because if we're talking about solving solutions, why would you want someone that's never experienced something to solve a solution? Doesn't make any sense.
It does.
You know what I mean? Like, let's say someone has only lived life here. How would they have any empathy for this, right?
So this girl seen me, and she literally went away to avoid me. Hold on. I'm going to show the camera so y'all can see. She went off over there. Instead of walking on that part, she went way out there just so she could avoid me, bruh. Think about the Afghanistan pullout.
I'm going to be honest. No idea.
We pulled out our military. We're leaving our citizens there. We left over $80 billion of equipment, training, and like infrastructure. Now the Taliban has like one of the biggest Black Hawk air forces that we basically gave to them.
Yeah, any war is not great. I don't know how, I don't think we really treat any conflict abroad, especially in the Middle East, properly.
From what I saw, Biden did stop oil companies from having new leases to drill. And with that, on top of the Keystone Pipeline, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but he shut that down. So our gas prices have been going up since both of those went into action. So there are people who are saying that those actions both have caused us and caused our gas to go up in price.
I'm sure it has affected it. I mean, I'm not saying that Biden has no impact at all, because he is the president. He does have the last say in some things. And like you said, he did put those in action. And so he did have a big impact on our gas prices, but they were not this high when he put those into effect. From what I know, they started going up once Russia and Ukraine got into all this, and we stopped all trade and cut off all that with Russia. But really, again, I'm not exactly knowledgeable on all this, so.
Well, in 2020, they were like $1.68.
That's true. It was very, very cheap like 4 years ago. So maybe he does.
But that was 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. Sorry. It's 2022. I think 2016 is still like 3 years ago.
But I think that stimulus is a lot of the cause of the inflation. I'm not an economist, but this is just what I've heard from. And so, I mean, that was all done under Trump, and Biden's now feeling the pressure of those effects on the later economy nowadays.
From what I've seen, Biden's printed multiple times what Trump printed.
Has he? When was Trump? Yeah, maybe that's right. I mean, I don't think it really would have been that different, though.
I'm fortunate enough to where some of this doesn't affect me, and so I'm grateful for that. That's just how I feel about all of it.
Some have said that the printing of money that we've been doing in excess is causing our money to devalue, so we're getting this inflation at a high rate. That's why we're at a 4-year high.
Yeah, but like I said, like I'm not an economics major. I can't pretend I understand the way money works exactly. But from the very little that I do know, there is an invisible sort of hand, I guess, in economic theory that like plays with, the recessions, the ups and downs. So again, you can't attribute anything to one specific presidential candidate, but I will say, just as a country, I think we were kind of in shambles.
So you said you don't think he likes immigrants. Why do you say that?
I don't know. His whole campaign was based on like America for America, and like just very isolationist, pretty much, and just like outside people don't bring much. And I don't know. Maybe it was like how I view it, but I think that was like his intention.
What do you think about him boosting Mexico's economy with sending manufacturers jobs over there for like, instead of going overseas, he put jobs in Mexico with their manufacturing plants?
Honestly, I had no idea. Yeah, like, bro, I'm 19 years old. Like,
good, bro.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have no idea what he's done, like, for Mexico. I just know that, maybe it was justified, maybe it was not.
What you said about other countries, we did start getting $500 billion more with China on tariffs, so we were making more money on the trade with them.
Yeah, but that's not always like necessarily a good thing.
Do you think it was better when we were getting less money? We were in debt to them?
I think that's an inflammatory like statement. I wouldn't say that necessarily, but I do believe we have a dependency like on our foreign trade that maybe we should pull out of a little bit. Not completely, of course. It would take way too long to get our assets from there. It would cost a lot of money, but that's a kind of a hole we dug ourselves into. And I'm not saying it's bad necessarily like completely to be doing work with other countries, but I do think that maybe we should focus on some domestic work, not have such a heavy reliance, because then that obviously affects the way we deal with them politically in the long run.
The thing about Republicans is that they've been the same since Lincoln. Lincoln freed the slaves, yes, but he did it for his own reasons, and he never wanted black people to be equal. He just didn't want people to be enslaved. That was his political strategy.
What do you think about Trump's policies that he had, like, with, like, our economy? We had, like, the best economy statistically. We had, like, the lowest on.
Did we? Okay.
Interviewing at his showing love. He been on a mission, yeah, trying to get it out the mud.
All right, everybody, that is a wrap for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you have any feedback you want to let me know, or if you just have feedback on the video itself, please put that in the comment section. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. This is a growing channel with videos like this out every week of daily topics, asking people what their opinions are on what's going on in today's world. I will see you guys next week.
Even Mullins white boy, but that's still my nigga, yeah. Yeah, out here vlogging, running this up, no jogging. Hit that target, college level, get that noggin, yeah. Feeling like Jack Harlow out here, I got options, yeah. Camera rolling, catching footage, ain't no stopping, yeah. You know he gon' talk noise, uncensored white boy.